Hello, everybody, and here we go now, ready for the final heat here at Bowood, and it has got very hot. It's warm, isn't it? It's really, really warm. So we had a quite eventful first heat so far today. A lot of dummy runs happened, a few little concerns, misinterpretations of the rules, but also there's been a few horses have not passed the vetting for this afternoon. So there's 4 out at the moment. The other teams are now swapping horses around so that they can get times in, which caused a bit of a delay in that last heat.
Yeah.
Shouldn't happen again in the following heat to that extent. So we're just going to go quickly through the advanced. So if you have waited for us to come on to go and make a cup of tea, we're not going to be very long, I promise. The last one you could have made a cup of tea. Anyone.
Right, so let's do it. There isn't a cup of tea.
So, in third place in the advanced is Hold Your Horses with 27 points so far, and with 28 points is Core Intent with 28 points.
Really close.
Very close battle going on there, and Hold Your Horses looking a little bit dangerous towards Send It Siblings.
Yeah, definitely. They were 2 seconds away, but also you had Core Intent with that slight fall across the diagonal, which we'll see what happens to their racing this afternoon. They may end up backing it off a little bit. Just to make sure.
I mean, it was just a strange sort of miscommunication as to which side of the gate they were going to go by, and then the horse tried to jump one side of the gate. The rider went the other side of the gate. Everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Although I haven't actually spoken to Sue, but she
there's been medical checks, so yeah, that's all good.
In the elite, Just Drag, 14 points. Unfortunately, didn't race in the last heat. Don't know if they've been able to secure a pony for the next heat. Section, they got 14 points. Section 89 have 24 points. The battle between Top and Tails and Just Wing It continues. Currently, Top and Tails have 30 points and Just Wing It have 32. So,
still looks to play for.
It is to play for, but Just Wing It have got a hold of their hard.
They're holding the cards. It's TNT's fight up now. I'm going to fight uphill to get across that line with that extra time. With those, got to be super clean. They had a couple of touches and it just ruined their last run for them.
So the only sort of, I guess the scenario that would help them out the most is if Just Wing It had a bad heat.
Yeah.
Section 89 come in second.
Yeah.
And then Top and Tails were to win. That scenario would potentially leave us to, depending who got which bonus points, potentially lead us to a draw at the end, which would then come down to the average of their 4 fastest times over the course of the weekend. So, there's been great racing.
Yeah,
more to happen.
Get ready.
And we'll see you in there.
More difficult to ride than normal.
Definitely, but actually, in all fairness, with the racing we've had this weekend so far, the ground has actually held up incredibly well. Considering the dry spell we've had and the grass being fairly dead, it's held up incredibly well to be this good at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, we've had a lot of tyres on it, a lot of wheels on it over the course of the weekend, and a lot of hooves as well. So the arena's stood up rather well.
Remarkably well, I would say, actually. Because the ground underneath, I don't know whether you can tell standing around the arena, the ground underneath is very, very hard. And there is a nice soft top layer of grass, but as soon as that gets taken out, it's just a hard, solid earth layer underneath.
Well, we're seeing places where it's actually breaking up more like Sandringham.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, actually starting to see where the ground's been pummeled. That it's just broken it up.
Little sand patches.
Yeah, exactly. That's I think that's what the biggest issue is around the arena, is that there are several sections, normally on the inside of the turns, where the grass has been scrubbed away, basically.
Sounds like outside lines are going to be a winner today then, Dan.
Yeah, it's going to come down to that. So here we have the teams just making their way up to the pits. And good to see Sue Scott there on the second pony. Riding fine.
Big up Sue Scott, taking a massive, massive stack earlier and just getting up like nothing had happened.
Yeah, waving the paramedics away.
Yeah.
With indignation. Of course,
yeah,
fine.
She was quite upset to see them there, I think. But yeah, big thanks to big thank you to ALR Training, the medics on the outside of the ring. You can see them over there, pretty in their green uniforms. They, I believe, they only come into the arena for us. I don't know what that says about us, but it's quite quite pleasant to know you've got a bit of a backing there for sure. And actually, here today as well, we have Quiggin Equine Vets doing our vetting of the horses.
Yeah.
They work in a 20-mile radius of this area, so if you have any equine issues, brilliant equine veterinary service there. So big thank you to them for vetting our horses today. As I say, working a 20-mile radius, so you are an equine rider, you've got a horse, give them a little look up if you've got any issues. So
yeah, and of course it's really important to try and take that time to look after the horses and to make sure, have an external third-party opinion on how the horses are moving and if there are any problems, you know, because it's just what's got to happen.
Yeah, for sure, and this sport is all about the horses. We care so much about these ponies and that they're having a good time, so that's what it's all about. But coming into the arena here, leading the charge in the pink, we have Annette riding with Harry for Just Wing It.
Then it is the team in the red. It is Send It Siblings.
Behind them, we have Hold Your Horses.
Followed by the team of Core Intent.
And behind them, Section 89.
And it is Ice Ice Baby, Izzy Howell on the horse, and it's her birthday today, ladies and gentlemen.
Make sure you shout happy birthday. She comes round. She's 19 today, I believe. 19 years old.
So already dust coming off the arena just with the horses going round.
This is dustier than we've seen so far. I think Dan is definitely going to get some amazing shots. We have Dan around the arena. I can't see him at the moment, but Avoto Photography has some amazing shots. So you'll get to see them when the racing's done. And with this sand coming up, it's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, there's also a bunch of other horses in the pits. Some of the non-runners, but here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a long, noisy show ahead of us with what's left from this Battle of Bowood. Let's have a big round of applause for all the teams of Horseboarding UK.
And ladies and gentlemen, before we start, thank you for being with us in this heat. But if you have taken any videos or photos of around the arena when you're watching and you wish to post them on social media, please tag us at Horseboarding UK on all social media platforms. We love to see them and they may get shared with us. So please do tag us at Horseboarding UK.
So the big battle is between Just Wing It and Top and Tails. Top and Tails took the first heat with a bonus point, so they took 11 points out of that first heat. Just Wing It took the second heat, making sure of no bonus points available. And then Just Wing It took this morning as well. What the result of that is that Top and Tails have 30 points and Just Wing It have 32 points. In the mix is Section 89, but unfortunately they've not quite been able to pull that together enough to really have an effect on that battle. There's a combination that could work if Section 89 get it together enough to come in second, Just Wing It can come in third, and Top and Tails come in first. That would give Top and Tails the win depending on the bonus points.
But there is the whistle from head ref Dale in the middle. The racing has begun, as you see. Just Wing It coming for their opening circle.
And this is where all the races that have gone before, you know, it all comes down to this. Tom, of course, lost the handle in the third run. He had it pulled from his hand. So has he still got the strength? Turning sharp into that first corner, throttling up for the start line.
They are going for their first run
into
down.
this
Here
first
we are.
turn at
31 miles an hour.
Oh my word, ladies and gentlemen, they are coming here to stamp an effect down on this.
That may even be a course record. I'm not sure. They've definitely hit 30 here, but I'm not sure we've hit 31 as they come on this top end back towards the weave. This is where the hard part is. You go so fast to so much more control for this weave. They've got to get it crisp and clean. Can they do it? Yes, they can. Tom had to hit in so hard onto his heel side. Annette's lost a stirrup coming out of that. She's got her foot back in as she came round that corner. They are back on. Wow, that was amazing. Tom hit such a heel side edge, and then Annette lost her stirrup. She's got it back for the split time. 43 on the splits. They are down on their split from this morning. You can see that stirrup's lost them a little bit of time, but can they pull it back here after that massive 31 at the start?
I mean, so lucky to be able to regain that stirrup and be able to just now take off again. Harry doing a fantastic job. Clouds of dust coming from that board rider as they tear this arena apart. Sharp into this corner.
23 fastest we've seen.
Oh,
Tom Flack, can he hold it? Yes, he can.
What? No way! No absolute way did he just save that. A round of applause. That was unreal.
That was a wicked run.
Unreal.
With a time of 71.57. And with all the issues they had on that run, to get round clean and clear was amazing, Dan. But I think they're going for first run. First run with the ground cutting up the way it is.
The position that Tom was in at that point.
Two wheels, one hand.
To pull, but he was behind. He was almost
two wheels, one hand. Yeah.
And he pulled it back. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's torn muscles in his shoulder doing that. That was that was some serious strength. Okay, now we're into the intermediates. And this is the team of All the Gear, No Idea, with board rider Ryan Roberts, who's an old favourite, done many
20
competitions.
20 miles an hour. Can you get an indie grab there, Ryan, on that board?
He's the 2023 international border champion and the in the elite, and also the 20.
There you go. There's the mountain border on the course. 23 seconds on the split. Not bad from that team at all.
Okay, so
you can hear the pits really calling them on here. You see Kia's really showing her size and stature is a problem on those uphill sections.
Yeah, I think the heat there playing an effect, and board rider not having to do a great deal. 13 miles an hour. Again, this is an intermediate team with an elite board rider. He can't earn any points as the rules go, but through Free Speech Union for the finish line, a round of applause.
With a time of 64.08 and a clear round. Yeah, so nothing crazy to talk about after that first run. A little bit shell-shocked, you know?
I mean,
so much happened.
Just wing it. Crazy. And then a 71 in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, that's serious.
That was their fastest of the heat so far. Today's heats, I believe, Dan. But here we are with Ice Baby into the intermediate championship now. They're definitely progressing as a team, having conversations about lines. George now on the outside of the horse. Great to see. There we go. This is much better. George now with the pony rather than the inside of the horse, getting whipped out by inertia. 16 miles an hour back to their average. George on a lovely line here. Nice, absolute, much better line from George. This is so much better to see. Look how much more comfortable he is. He's not wobbling all over the place. That line change is going to be a huge difference for them. 26 seconds on the split, so another good time from them for sure.
Yeah, and just building. There's not, these guys over the course of the weekend. 31 points I'm seeing.
Is that right? 31 points on the board? I'm not sure, but as they come across the diagonal here, this is where George struggled this morning. Can they keep it together here? 14 miles an hour. Keeping that line, you can see the board's trying to fight him underneath. Did well to hold it.
He's probably quite conscious of the fact that there's a course warning on the course.
Will they speed up here for the finish like that they did before? Looks like they will. A little bit of power from Tara there for the finish line. And they get through. Give them a cheer with a time of 65.57. Well, coming in now, we have a big race. This team likes to race on their first run. Is Send It siblings holding the championship quite dominantly so far.
And currently this weekend, perfect score, 33 points, bonus point, and the first place. They are every bit an elite team. However, the rules suggest that you must be 18 to race in the elite.
Surely she's 18 by now.
Permission. She's not 18 until next year.
Damn it.
So they've got to ask permission. They haven't asked for permission. They can only race in the advanced. And here they go, brother and sister team. They won the 2024.
And interestingly, they had a HC run that beat their own time. Are they going to push on here? 24. This is better. This is what we saw from them before. They'd obviously been sitting back a little bit, saving Josh. And now they've seen that they can go faster. It looks like they are into this top corner. Nice line there from the whole team, just keeping really smooth around the whole course. Josh looking so comfortable into this 90. Look at him come around there, light, crisp. Really nice. Split time was about 19 seconds on the split, so good split from this team.
Yeah, that's what I took from it as they come into red back boots there, breaking their way now across the diagonal, so to speak, into the cones, and looking for red back boots. Speed trap, 18 miles an hour.
That's what we're seeing some of the elite teams doing on that outside line for sure. Pushing on for the finish, get behind this team. This is going to be their big run, and it's looking good. Is it a sub 50? Oh, a 50.06. You couldn't have got any closer to a sub 50.
A round of applause for Send It Siblings. One and done. That's their sort of motto at the moment. Do one run, and again, saving the horse, saving the board rider, then they can go. However, in that class, we have Core Intent, who have been looking more and more threatening towards Send It Siblings, and we have Hold Your Horses, who are again looking more and more threatening. Now,
with every race,
is the team of
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed, having borrowed the pony. There's some. Yep, they're just doing one run, I believe.
They're just doing a dummy run there.
A dummy run. Okay, yes, okay. So the situation is horses are only allowed to do a maximum of 4 runs with a maximum of 2 teams so far. This team, the team that normally runs that horse, has done 1 run and then has retired. Then they've handed that horse to this second team, who are doing dummy runs for the 2 rotations, and then they're going to race on the 3rd, giving the horse the biggest amount of break. The reason for that is every time you go through the start line, it's a new race, of course, and you cannot not go through the start line, otherwise you have retired from that rotation.
Yeah,
basically.
All technicalities.
So here we go. This is now the team
Earned It,
and riding Harry.
So this moves them into the
Harry.
advanced category then, Dan.
This is now, so they're now running in the advanced category for this heat, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting there, we haven't seen this team combination. We saw it this morning, and you could see Harry likes to start fast.
Well, especially really considering that he's been doing massive
31 miles an hour, so it looks like they're a bit pacier this time for sure. There's a bit more pace coming on from this team with this new horse, 21 miles an hour, 10 miles off. Jolly getting whipped out a little bit there. I think he was a little bit delayed on his turn. Turning a little bit late into that corner, but holding it together around this top corner. As the hill comes underneath you, you definitely feel a much more secure board underneath you. But as we come across the split, 21 seconds on the split, so that is a good split from this team on a burrowed pony.
Yeah, and Harry obviously, wanting to do the elite course and wanted to put in the elite speeds, but the horse rider doing a good job there of just reminding him that we're not quite going at that pace today, Harry. This is just about earning some points, and 18 miles an hour keeping us in the competition.
Matching
for the
what we
next
saw
event.
from Send It Siblings.
Yeah,
Johnny's calling on
for more, but I'm not sure the horse rider's so keen for that one. Through the finish line with a time of 55.40 in the advanced class, puts them in 2nd place, 5 seconds behind Send It Siblings. So run
and that
complete.
would be an interesting join to the advance with Send It Siblings going the way they are. Earned It have been really building up some pace throughout this competition.
Earned It on their main horse are very much looking like an advanced team to me.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's definitely a conversation that needs
with
to be had.
experienced, not horseboarder but mountain boarder with Jolly. I think he'll be able to make the adjustments with that pace as he is building with that team as well. I think it's a really good team, and if they can get back with us on the next competitions, you could be seeing some challenge for Send It Siblings.
Core Intent now entering into the lists, and it was, of course, Suga came unstuck in the last heat. But this looks like a steady run.
Yeah.
Just get a feel for it.
We saw a 21 from them on their fastest run this morning, so they're definitely just making sure their pony is happy after their instant earlier, which I think is definitely the right thing to do. Come back, get the horse's head underneath you, make sure you're all right, get the lines right.
So I spoke to the referee between the shows, and he was saying that, when he pulled out the orange card,
yes,
because the board rider let go of the handle and managed to get away from him. It was only a yellow card.
Right.
He was going to red card them.
Oh, right.
If he said
if he'd taken him out,
if I'd have had to duck to miss the rope, I would have done a red card.
So well done, Reese. There, definitely the right call.
Yeah.
But here we go for the top bit of pace coming on here. They're at 55 seconds. This is not bad at all for a nice slow run. They've got something to build from. Coming across the line with a 60.75. That was good from them, and you can see the pace that pony does have. They're just building. As I said this morning, every time they come out, they're building on their last run. They're only racing themselves, which is the best way to do it.
Yeah, 3rd place. They are now in 3rd place, 5.4 seconds behind 5.4 seconds behind the second place, which has earned it in the advanced category. Now we have, is it hold horses? Yes. So the last in the advanced class for the first rotation before we go back to the elites. And these guys, again, I really like this pony. Numeral is he's an ex-Gold Cup polo pony, and it loves this. I get the impression.
It does seem like he enjoys the sport, for sure. And considering you come from a polo, it's a lot less violent.
Yeah. But he gets to stretch and he gets to duck and dive. And whoa!
That was a real shame. She just got a wiggle over the start line and stood up really straight, and it just launched her out. She's still down. Get somebody over to it. The medic's right there, so that's good at least. That's a shame.
Okay.
They had a similar problem yesterday on that start line. There's just a bit too much pace on the start curve, but seeing as it's a toe side corner, Ash so far has been really comfortable.
She was talking about changing the board.
That, yes, she didn't. Did she change the board? I lent her a board, and she said she wasn't going to use it.
Okay.
So we're hearing there's a. Yeah, there's.
So we've been, so the medics are attending. She, apparently there was a swap of board just before. So they're just.
So we're just waiting on confirmation from the crew down there, make sure everything is okay. Just holding the races.
So we've just been told hold the races. So we'll look for some information. I mean, this is why ALR event medical cover are here. This is an extreme sport, and okay, so
it's a shame. That's such a shame. They've had such a positive weekend so far. Real shame to see that happen on the last heat of the day. I'm hearing that she tried using a board that she is looking to get, but I'd had a conversation with her earlier this morning and said to stick with her own board rather than changing and practice at home. But I think she had a practice with it in the camp and said it felt good for her, so went with it. But we'll have to have a little video review of that, make sure everything's okay.
It looked to me as if she got a bit of a heel tap off the board and then hit the floor on her back.
Yeah. She came round that corner on her toe side, and as she stood up, she almost straightened right out, and it popped her out the other side, which is unfortunately one of the worst things to do, because you go from one side to the other, which gives it so much more force as you go off the edge of the board.
I mean, she said she had to go on that board beforehand, so she had a feel of it.
Apparently so. It's always difficult whenever you're changing boards. She's been using a board for quite a while. And has been looking to buy a new board. So I think she apparently had a little practice in the camp and felt okay on it, but it's very difficult to know until you're on course, especially if you're going to go for a race run on a board you're not used to.
Of course, if you are interested to get involved, ladies and gentlemen, horseboardinguk.org is the website, and you too could be taking these sorts of risks.
Great advert.
So it's real jeopardy,
And this seems quite drastic, but actually we do have a very low injury rate in this sport. Touch wood. I may have cursed it there, but.
So we're just waiting. They haven't called. So there is obviously an ambulance on site. They haven't called for that ambulance as yet. So, but we have been told that's what it's from our guys saying that's what it's looking like.
Medical red. Well,
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a medical red being issued, but that's kind of null and void given that the paramedics are with her.
You need to be checked out with her here.
And the Code 9 call was also made, which again is a bit null and void now that the paramedics stand next to the arena.
It does look like she may have sat up there.
The possibility is some
thing
solid
is, if
winding as well.
Any heavy injury, the medics will make you stay down. If you have complained about any sort of injury to back, neck, head, anything like that, the first thing they will do is make you stay where you are until they can check and make sure nothing is untoward. So they're making sure that happens, and they're doing the right things. So good to see that. Hopefully she'll be able to get up and be okay. They're getting a little seat. Looks like they're pulling a seat for her to sit. Ooh.
It's moments like this when you think you could crash closer to the fence. Okay, she's on her feet, ladies and gentlemen.
Give that girl a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was a big crash. Let her hear you.
And the call was they didn't go over the start line.
Oh, so she can race again then?
So that's what this is what they've kind of decided is best for them tactically. And again, they could be thinking about the rest of the season. Of course, these guys had a very dramatic crash yesterday morning.
Possibly one of the most dramatic crashes.
Yes, it's definitely up there. And
it's up for crash of the year, I think.
This is their swan song, shall we speak, bowing out of the competition before the rest of the elites get in here and start fighting it out. So a round of applause for Just Drag there. Bowing out of the competition, taking the minimal points, not wanting to get into the fight which is about to happen between Section 89, Just Wing It, who we saw run at the beginning, who gave us that 31-mile-an-hour run, and Top and Tails. Those three elite teams are about to get into a fight right now, and Just Drag are bowing out. Okay, so Section 89 making their way in. The horse is Adelita, and on the horse is Georgina Scott. It's Oren Scott on the board, and making their way towards the start line, digging in deep
having
there
to dig
in
in
that
hard
corner.
into that start line, Dan, for sure.
Oh my word!
26 looks faster than that to me. Oren working hard again, really in that rough stuff. Look how hard he's powering through.
I certainly wouldn't want to go any faster than that. Through the Free Speech Union, tearing back up the arena now, up to Redback Boots.
Look at the dust, Dan. I'm not sure you can see from behind the horse. Oren's basically going blind, I think, at this point.
Into the three-coned weave.
That was way better. That was the weave they've been looking for all weekend. They've done it. Now they've got to get the rest of the course on point. Keep it together. They've done the best weave they've done so far. That was brilliant.
Yeah, you see the horse throttling up there. Board rider must be calling for that.
Yeah, right on those toes. You can see that hillside pulling him over on the split time. 46 on the split, so that's the best split we've seen from them so far today.
Yeah, they've taken that turn nicely into the chicane now. They've nailed that one as well. So they're getting these turns.
Oren working hard. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. He's still with it. George, look at... Oh! George even looked after him. You could see it looked like he'd pulled it together and just got that extra little whip. It pushed him out of the edge.
Just overturned. Almost exactly the same thing that happened to Ash, actually.
What a shame. He did take a bit of a bump there. I hope he's okay. Yeah,
he
thumbs
says
up.
He's all right. Round of applause for Section 89. Looking dangerous, that
every
team.
Every time they come out, you think this could be the one. It reminds me a little bit of old school Just Wing It.
Yes.
Old school Just Wing It used to go out and you never knew if it went right, they may just absolutely smash everybody.
Yeah.
But most of the time, something went slightly wrong.
The difference was Just Wing It in the old school days were total wild card.
Yeah.
And they'd come out and it was like just by the amount of races that they entered, one would come off.
Yeah.
Whereas just because they were so raw speed and raw power, whereas now they've tapered all that. And
Exactly.
I'd say Section 89 are being far more measured
Yes.
as they come in. Now here we go, Top and Tails. They've just seen Just Wing It make the 31 miles an hour into the first turn. Can they get in this fight?
Here we go.
They are
boot
away.
off already. That means we're away, flying down the arena.
28
miles an hour from this little pony. Second boot's gone. They are dropping the load to try and save weight everywhere they can.
And I don't know if they wouldn't have been a better tactic for this weekend, just to dummy and then go in the final to try and keep that pace up. Because
the thing is, they've got so many chances. They run it quite well. They run first and not the second, and then third if they need it. And this is quick. This is really quick. Can they get through? Clear. 1, 2, 3. Wow! You could not have fit anything between the horse and that third cone. That was amazing. With a camera on it, it's going to look incredible. Now, got to keep it clean, crisp. Get around this course. This is good. What are they going to be on the split? Where are we? We're at 40 seconds now. 43 on the split, so they are matching what we saw from Just Wing It. If they can keep the pace up the hill with the less talky horse, they can still do it. Get through the chicane. Don't make any mistakes. Slowed up here. Can they get the power on? Get the power on as soon as they can. Cross this diagonal.
Board Rider's okay.
Board Rider's fine. He's happy. Don't worry about him.
Making their way now into the
21 matching what we saw.
For the finish, call them home,
We're at
ladies and gentlemen.
66 seconds here. Can we get round?
This is it.
This is close.
Very close for the finish with a time of
73.08. It is not quite enough, but what a run.
A round of applause for Top and Tails.
I believe their fastest run of the weekend, Dan.
Ooh, I don't know. I think they got a 72 this morning.
Did they 72
I'm pretty sure they got a 72 this morning.
No.
So Just Wing It will be quite happy with that now. The pressure is all on Top and Tails. We've got ahead. They're 1.51 seconds behind. That's all it is. 1.51 seconds.
So this is a non-competitive HC run from Ryan Roberts with Hold Your Horses, just to see what the pony can do with a different border. Ash on the outside. I think Ryan, as a previous numerous champion winner, has been itching to race with this team, or just race with 26 miles an hour.
Into that first turn.
Ryan knows what he's doing. You don't need to worry about him.
It's great, but as long as he knows what course he's doing.
Yeah, there we go. He's turned at the right time. That's all that matters. Down the hill here into the 90-degree split. 16 seconds on the split. They are well up on the split.
So this is, like I say, it's a HC run. The time won't count, but absolutely storming around this.
Showing the beans this pony
really has.
The thing is,
this combination is an elite combination.
Yeah, definitely.
These guys could go in the elite with this combination.
And they're at 34 seconds at the moment. 22
Amazing
miles an hour.
There we go, Ryan.
It's going to be wide. Can he pull it back in? Yes, he can. Just missing his back end.
He's loving it. What a run.
With a time of 46.15 seconds. Would have been absolutely dominant, but it's a hasty run all the same. But very happy Ryan there.
It's interesting that it's only 4 seconds ahead of Send It Siblings.
Yeah, really good. Which shows the eliteness of that team.
Exactly. They are definitely in that that category. And those guys, if that combination did work, they would definitely go elite. But I believe that horse isn't going to be doing anymore. I think they've got a new horse in the wings.
Oh,
yeah, I know. But they say the new horse is better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I've heard.
That's slightly scary.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was like, but Numeral's amazing. I think you could win the championship.
Why don't you just run 2?
But the new one is better.
Yeah, but run 2.
Do 2. I'd go for that as well.
Go 2.
Have a spare.
Yeah, you might as well. Just in case. Just a dummy run here, I think, from this team. Looks like there's no wind up so far.
The thing is, they've got the lead. They are 1.5 seconds ahead of Top and Tails. They don't need to do anything. Unless, of course, they are withdrawing now.
Yeah.
Interesting. That means there's a bonus point on the table.
It is?
In this second rotation.
But they are 2 points ahead.
Yes, but the bonus point could make a difference in the championships overall.
Well, TNT didn't race at the start of this season, so Just Wing It do have a massive lead on them so far this season.
That is true, but also Section 89 have 147. Just Drag have retired, haven't they?
Yes,
They've
have.
got 141.
So I think that's the right move after a long weekend with Harry. Harry is also helping out another team as well. So
yeah, the bonus point is could be crucial to the other team. Somebody's going to pick that bonus point up.
For sure.
Whoever is the fastest in this rotation from that class.
And I've just had confirmation. Oren's been checked over after his crash. Medics have seen him. He's absolutely fine to race. So good to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good.
I can see he very quickly ran away from them as he went to the pits. As most boarders do, unless you get caught. I mean, unfortunately, Ash fell right in front of the medics, so they will be getting you.
It's still being looked at by
You will be getting you. I mean, it was a big heel tap on a downhill off camber, which is not going to help. And there was a huge amount of pace coming from that pony at the start. As they do quite fast starts just to get as much speed as they can into that start line.
They do they?
They do.
Okay then, so here we are, Ice Baby.
And this is nice to see this team is starting to develop. You can see the lines are changing a little bit. Tara coming through the middle of the gate there, allowing George to have a bit of space on the board. 19 miles an hour, looking more comfortable at 19 miles an hour than he was earlier this morning. So these line changes are definitely making a difference. We had Reese riding around with him yesterday, actually teaching him whilst riding around the arena, which is brilliant for George, I believe. 24 seconds on the split, so up on their splits from earlier, so they are improving on every run.
Yeah, I mean, George just needs to spend time on the board.
It really is.
Every meter is a learning experience, and you can see he's been doing really well as a computer programmer.
And somebody who's never touched a board.
And he doesn't come outside very often. His skin is slightly translucent.
Now, this is where they had issues this morning, but this is a good line from George. You can see he's on the middle to outline of the horse. Horse is in the middle of the gate, beautifully set. So George has the space to go on the outside. Makes such a difference when you're on that board on the pendulum. And a bit of pace here for the finish line. There we go. And an improvement on their time of a 62.72. So nearly a second and a half off their last run. Or even more than that.
More than that, yeah. So, Ice Baby go into first place.
Wow, big cheer for that team there. First place for this so far is their first this weekend.
62.72, which means 1.4 second lead on All the Gear. No idea who I believe
retirement from Send It siblings.
Okay, so well that's saving Josh for that final run, I imagine.
I think so.
So, because Josh is also on that TNT team, isn't he? So, Send It siblings have retired. They've got the lead.
So I think this might be another dummy, possibly, to save the ponies' energy, unless they are going to go.
Yeah, this is...
no, it looks like they're going for a full run here on their second run, pushing on with Kia.
Yeah.
21 miles an hour, the top we've seen from that pony. That downhill definitely helps.
It's going to be downhill, definitely helps. I used to have a car like that.
Yeah, we've all been there. And here we go for the split time. It looks good. 21 seconds on the split, so 3 seconds up from we just saw from Ice Baby. If they can keep the pace on, they may be able to put themselves back into first place and control the weekend. The horse definitely has less momentum up these hills. The downhills are on her side.
So yeah, they're making a run for it. So call this horse and the team home. Chloe is on the saddle, 16 years of age, and Joe Betts on the board there. A very nonchalant horse boarder.
He's just smiling, staring at us in the box. We did have a comment. He did look a little bit like a cardboard cutout, and I think, oh no, the arm's in the air. You can tell he's not fake. He's not made of cardboard.
And a round of applause there for Need for Speed.
With a time of 63.11, puts them into second place.
Yes, it does. Second place, 0.04 of a second behind Ice Baby.
All tightening up there.
And yeah, so the difference between first and third in the intermediate is 1.36 of a second.
Wow, that's not bad. That really is not bad from those teams.
So here we go, into the advanced. It is Core Intent. They are currently in third, 5 seconds, 5.4 behind Earned It, and 10 seconds away from Send It Siblings in first.
And here we go, they hit a pace here. This is definitely pushing on from what we saw before. Maybe a 21, I was about to say 21, it came up 21, it's their top speed so far. And we've seen it from other teams. Kia having 21 around that corner as well. Seems to be a good pace for this medium speed teams.
Yeah, it is these advanced teams, and again, building this pony into the sport.
21 seconds on the split, same as what we've just seen from All the Gear. Oh no, Need for Speed, sorry.
Yeah, confusing with the ponies, isn't it? As they go into the chicane. Board rider making it look so easy at this stage. I mean, as we said before,
he's ridden much faster than this. He'll be fine.
First board rider to score 29 miles an hour in an arena.
Yeah, good
ever
pedigree.
Back
good
in the
pedigree
day.
boarder, that. It's just let it
Raced
go
out
as
in
this
Holland,
is a good
came
bit of
second
pace
in
here.
Holland.
Coming
Throttle
for
opening
the
up.
finish.
Now we're seeing the pony can run.
Yeah.
Look at that stride. That looks a little bit more
That was
like
a good run from that team.
like a hovering pony at 55.32. Round of applause. They go into second place.
Say any slower?
Okay, so we have Hold Your Horses now coming back out with another different board rider. So this would be another HC run, really flying 29 into that corner.
That horse is banking. Jolly's board is not set up for 29.
Jesus.
We were talking about tightening his board up, and he is struggling here. Look at the back end, squirreling all over the place.
This is
15 seconds on the split, Dan. Jolly is wide again. Look at the kick out on that board. We were talking about tightening it up, and he's definitely going to have to if he's doing more runs like this. And they're flying around. You can see the board squirreling underneath him. He's definitely going to have to put some tighter springs in there. 21 up in the air. Can he hold it round this corner? Yes, he can. The boarder coming out. Ducks back in. Can he hold it again? No, he can't.
Release.
That was such a shame, such a shame. Would have been a 45.74. HC runs got removed from these competitions for this reason. People get a little bit silly on HC runs, and they can end poorly. Glad to see Jolly's back up on the board. He worked incredibly hard at this top end to jump through that gate, but just put him on the wrong line. So give that man a cheer as he walks past, put everything on the wall for nothing to gain.
No, it's too hot. Okay, so here we have section 89 going for their final run, I believe. No, second rotation. It's only the second rotation.
And you can see this is
We've got
pacey,
enough
but not what we've just
excitement.
seen there. This is nice. This is a decent pace, 24 miles an hour, wanting to put a decent time on the board, making sure everything's right with this team. It looks like they're going for a steady, fast run to get the weave right and make sure they get a time on the board after Orin's crash. Make sure his head's in the game.
Yeah, and so, I mean, again, just trying to pull this team, trying to just pull all the elements together. Just so a couple of people are asking about the Chase the Bunny. That happens after this activity. It's at the commentary box. You're going to sign up.
That was a shame. One touch on the first cone, I believe, by the just on the edge of the horse. But this is definitely a run just to get the board and the head back in the shape of Orin. He took a big
far
stack.
more reasonable run from the one we just watched.
Yes.
Going for the split time.
48 on the split, so same as what they did before. Interestingly, actually doesn't seem that different to what we saw on their last run. Similar split time,
So
but
they're
a lot
working
more
towards this
relaxed.
corner, isn't it? They're working towards the problem that they had.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that's where their focus is.
There it is.
You can see, and now it's more about, okay, let's get our time down. Let's just get around this course, because he's had quite a few non-finishes
Launches,
this
yeah.
weekend.
Oran's taken a bit of a battering, in all fairness. We haven't talked about it a lot because he gets straight up, but he has taken a bit of a battering this weekend, so
and
good
there's
to see
been
him
so much
still
of the
racing.
drama. A round of applause for Section 89, a completed run. They've been needed that, really, with a time.
82.90 with one touch to add makes that an 83.90.
Yeah, and I think at this stage, so big round of applause for them. They've had, like I say, a tricky weekend. They've pushed the limit, ended up in all sorts of crashes.
Yeah.
Relatively undramatic for the most part, given the other drama that we've had going
definitely, but if it wasn't a weekend with this much drama, I think we would have been talking about it more. They've taken some big crashes and worked really
second
hard.
rotation, top and tails.
Dummy run?
What are they going to do?
Dummy run, I believe.
They are 1.5 seconds behind.
Oh, no, they
Just
are not.
Wing It.
This is not a dummy
They're going
run.
for it. There's a bonus point on the table, of course, so maybe they're going to try and...
28 again. This is their good the top speed they can get into this corner. 28. Josh looking much more comfortable on that corner. He's used to that speed now.
Yeah, he is looking very comfortable, very smooth. Pony's slowing down. Now they might be thinking, just get a time, get the bonus point, try and don't burn the pony out too much.
Makes sense.
After doing 28 on the first turn.
Yeah.
Into the weave.
Bit of practice for Josh there on the weave, but did it beautifully. That's what we like to see. All in the curve of the turn. As he went through that, he just tipped onto his toes, pulled back on the heels, and just slipped through beautifully. That's what that team does perfectly, the weave. And now it's starting to click for Josh as well. On the split, 43 on the split. That's a really good split, even though they've pulled up on the speed a little bit. Through the chicane, this is the hard bit. They've slowed up a bit here. You can see Josh going a little bit weighty on the back end. There you go, nice line through there, really straight through that double gate into the diagonal. You can see this is not a full-paced race run from this team. 19 miles an hour, still pulling on though, still racing, but not the speed we've seen them.
68 on the clock,
70
still good.
seconds now,
71,
it's still a good run.
2, 3, and through the finish line at
74.88, which actually would have been one of the fastest runs from our first day's morning heats.
Yeah, and that's not their fastest, but they do take away the bonus point from that. So over the course of the weekend, it still means, however, currently Just Wing It have 43 points, Top and Tails have 40. So it's not going to make a difference depending on... Well, no, they can't win another bonus points. That's the other element of that rule. It's a question of whether it's bragging rights now, whether or not who can win. Okay, so 4 more races to go in the new rotation. Everybody else has either retired or bowed out.
I'm not surprised in this heat.
Or is with the paramedics. So 4 teams left as we enter this final rotation. Just Wing It currently having the lead in this class, this heat with 1.51 seconds.
What are they going to do here, Dan? It looks there. It's a big wide launch here. This is going to be a fast run again. Are they going to plant down another crazy run but clean it up from before? Looks like they are. Are we going to get 31? This is fast.
Into the speed trap.
29 just taking the top edge off, which is good. I think a little bit more controlled on the speed.
I think they were trying. So 29, the SX racehorse, showing the stamina and the power that this arena is demanding of the ponies, given the uneven nature of it. And even now, the final race of the weekend,
bit
still
of slack there on the
running at
entrance
29
to the weave,
miles an hour.
Good chicane weave there, really nice and clean. Again with that backhand, letting the rope into the backhand seems so bizarre to me, but it seems to work for him.
Yeah, a bit risky, but they're doing it. And you know, these guys have had a fantastic season, really. If you think about it, so far they've been really.
Oh, he went right onto the edge of his toes there, Dan, out of that 90-degree split.
Yeah, through the chicane they go. Lots of sand,
and
a little
again,
bit over the toes.
Really deep. Can he pull it in? Yes, anchored in, pulling those both hands on the rope now. You can see when a boarder starts struggling, both hands get to that handle because you do not want to let go. 21 miles an hour to this top corner at 66 seconds on this point here. Tom right on the outside edge.
Call them home, squirreling underneath the board there for the finish line with a manual time.
With a time of 71.98.
71.97.
There we go.
So 71.9. Really, that was their time?
Yeah.
Wow, so they're only just slower than their other fastest time of 71.57.
This is what I mean. The
extreme
consistency can really make a difference.
You do imagine how many times you have to do this course to be able to do it twice on one day within point something of a second, 0.4 of a second. So here, that's crazy maths.
Oh, crazy maths. But here we have Ice Baby really building up here, 18 miles an hour. George learning his lines. You can see it's making a real difference for him. He's had 3 clean runs so far this heat, which is unheard of from George. So definitely a good line change for him.
This is also a bit of a victory lap. They are leading this class in the intermediates. They have a 0.39 second lead.
24 seconds on the split there, Dan.
So they could be extending it, but don't think anybody else is racing from this class now. So this is their victory lap from the weekend.
Just more time for George on that board, I think.
Yeah, well, you got the opportunity. We're all here to watch. The sun's out, the cones are in the field, so we may as well do a bit of horseboarding as do anything else. Speed trap goes off at 14 miles an hour.
A little bit of speed off from their last run. I think it may end up a little bit slower than their last run. I heard the call for a bit of speed. She's checking if George is all right. Hit it, as he went round. So obviously happy for this speed to come on now for the finish line with a time of 61.92.
Yeah, good run from them, and their fastest time of the day. So big round of applause for Ice Baby winning the heat. And okay, so section 89. So two more horses to run. Section 89.
I'm telling you now, Dan, as a boarder who's experienced this, when all the teams start to retire, considering they were only in the arena maybe 2 races ago, by the time you get back in, get your board underneath you, have a water, get the horse checked, you've got no time at all to think about getting back on that board. They've basically just gone in and straight back out. So these guys are straight back on the next race, already looking hard,
and
pushing
running into this corner at 25 miles an hour.
Faster than that to me. Orin really kicking in, all of that power going through those front 2 wheels, kicking the dust up in here.
Yeah, trying to get those heels into the board, isn't he? Trying to drive those tyres in on that heel side turn. Making his way now for this centre line. Throttle coming off.
And I heard Orin talking about his lats struggling on this last heat this morning. So, so close. Just one touch on the last cone on the horse's front shoulder. What a shame. I thought they were clear and it just dipped in, but they can still power on here. They've still got the pace.
They had a little bit of a sharp turn between the second and third cone from the board rider as well. He had to send a bit of sand flying through the cones.
47 on the split. Really nice corner on that 90. He's got a lovely line out of that 90, but can they hold it together for this chicane? Planting right in, back wheels up in the air past the pits. Now is the problem. This is where they struggled with. He's up, he's better. That was a much better line. Like George looking after him nicely.
Yeah, a little bit sketchy there, but we're starting to see this looks like a reasonable run from them. Digging into this sand. Okay, here we go for the finish line.
Powering up for the finish line. George already ready with that snap shackle. She is preloaded on that with a completed time of a 79.72. With one touch to add would make it a 80.72. Their fastest run from the heat.
So yeah, an improvement. There we go.
And that's exactly what we want to see, just improving. They're a really young team to this sport. They started with us 2 years ago, and the first year they spent in the category below. They've only been racing in the elite for 1 season. So I'm hearing TNT have retired. So that was your last run of this weekend.
Okay, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll bring the teams in and we'll go through the results. First, we'll do the heat results. Okay then, so going through the results, Cone but not forgotten in 5th. Place your bets in 4th somehow. All the gear, no idea in 3rd. Need for Speed in 2nd. Ice Baby. Over the course of the weekend, Need for Speed. All the gear and Ice Baby have 32 points. But Ice Baby take 2nd place and Need for Speed take 1st place for the weekend. Then we have Hold Your Horses in 4th, Earned It in 3rd, Core Intense and Send It siblings in first for the advanced once again. And in the elites, Just Drag in fourth, Section 89 in third, Top and Tails in second, and Just Wing It in first. And so a big round of applause for all the teams of Horseboarding UK. In the elites, at the end of the day, the points were Just Drag with 14. Sorry, that will go up to 21. Section 89, 30. Sorry, Top and Tails. No. Never mind what the points say.
Let's
ladies
not
and
worry
gentlemen.
about that now.
Yeah, let's have been a great weekend here. It's been eventful. It's been emotional.
Eventful is a word, yeah, definitely. But ladies and gentlemen, standing around the arena, thank you for sticking with us in this massive heat that we've had this weekend. If you have taken any photos or videos from around the arena, we love to see them. When you post them on social media, please do tag us at Horseboarding UK on all social media platforms. And if we like them, they may get shared with our thousands of followers. So do tag us at Horseboarding UK. Thank you very much. And again, thank you very much to Quiggin Equine Veterinary Services. We had them with us this weekend, vetting our ponies, making sure everybody's okay. They work in a 20-mile radius of this area, so Quiggin Equine Vets. If you've got any issues with your ponies, make sure you have a chat with them. So again, thank you very much.
And of course, ALR Training, who have Ash has been taken off to their medical tent to have a few further checks, but they're not thinking at this stage that she's likely to go off to hospital at this point. But we'll find out more from her. I hope you all enjoyed it. Follow us on social media and be prepared for Chase the Bunny.
Thanks.